Hey everybody, JC here with another TNI toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends 6-inch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord movie figure from Hasbro. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style of packaging we see with all the Marvel Legends. You've got the Legend Series logo up at the top, you've got the figure clearly displayed in the window box. Down below, because this is a movie figure, we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie logo and then the name of the character. On the side of the packaging, we have an image of the character from the movie, and then on the back of the packaging, we have a look at the actual figure, a brief bio in multiple languages, and then down below, a look at all the figures in the wave that you need to get in order to complete the Titus Build-A-Figure. All right, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now, first of all, let me just say a big thanks to Hasbro for sending this figure out to me so I could review it for you guys. This is the only figure in the wave that does not come with a Titus Build-A-Figure piece. He does come with his signature blasters, and these are very similar to the ones that we got with the first Star-Lord figure from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. However, they do have a little more paint detail. You've got some metallic silver on the tips, and then you've got some gold, and then that dark gray plastic. But it is a little more detailed, I think, than what we saw with the blasters from the first movie. He'll hold both blasters nice and tight in his hands, and then they've also given you a place to store the blasters on the sides of his legs. So you'll notice these little pegs that stick out, and what you want to do is you just want to plug them into that upper hole on the weapon, and so it looks like he's storing them in like a holster or something. So I do like that added feature that they allow you to store the weapons on the actual figure. And then we get two different head sculpts with this figure. We get an unmasked head, and I think this is a vast improvement over the unmasked head that we got with the first Star-Lord figure from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. This one looks much more like Chris Pratt, the actor who plays the character in the movie. So this is probably one of the better movie head sculpts that I've seen from Hasbro. And then to switch out the head, you just pop it off. It's attached with the ball hinge joint, and then you can just pop on the second head, and it should click on there nice and tight. And then the second head is a masked head. And I think this one, it looks pretty similar to the one that we got with the first Star-Lord figure, but a little bit different, not as much gold. I actually kind of like the detailing a little bit more on this new masked head sculpt. I like the way the hair is sculpted over the top. And I think it looks a little more sleeker than the one from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And if you're wondering, you can use the new unmasked head sculpt on the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie figure. It'll fit on there, and it looks pretty good. And then for the figure itself, I think they've done a nice job with the sculpting detail. I think the jacket looks pretty nice. The main part of the jacket is a separate piece, and it's done with that kind of vinyl material. The sleeves of the jacket are sculpted, so if you took off the vest part, it would look pretty funny. But I do like the sculpting detail on the jacket with the little line work and everything, and you've got this little pattern sculpted on there. So it looks like a leather jacket, and you've got some darker maroon and lighter maroon color mixed in. And even on the back of the jacket, you've got some nice sculpting detail with that pattern work. So I like that. And then he's got a gray t-shirt underneath, and it's got some writing on there. Can't really make out what it's saying. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be English or some kind of outer space language. It doesn't really, almost want to say it looks like it says, yeah, baby, but I don't think that's what it's supposed to say. But I do like, you got some sculpting detail on the shirt itself, some line work, and he's got like this metallic silver belt buckle, and then the wrinkles on the pants and everything. So I think that looks good. And then the boots are a little bit lighter gray. The pants are like a dark brown, and then the boots are a gray color. So this figure stands a little bit under 6.5 inches tall. Here's a comparison with the Star-Lord figure from the first movie, and they're about the same height. Here's a comparison with Yondu. And then here's a comparison with the new Drax figure, and then the other Guardians of the Galaxy team members from the first movie. For articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and he can look down about that much, and he can look up about that much. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so he can get his arm out pretty good. He's got good rotation. He's got a bicep swivel, double hinged elbow, so he's got good bending at the elbow, swivels at the wrist, hinges on the hands, so up and down movement with the hands. He does have an ab crunch joint, so he can crunch down pretty good. And then he can look back a little bit, but the jacket does limit some of that movement. He does have a waist swivel. Legs are attached with ball joints, but can only do the splits about that much. can get his leg forward pretty good and can do his leg out and back a little bit. Has a thigh swivel, double hinge knee, so good bending at the knee. Does not have a boot cuff. Has hinges on the feet, so up and down movement, and does have ankle pivot, and then 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. So that's my review. So overall, I like this figure. I think it's a definite improvement over the Star-Lord figure from the first movie, especially with the head sculpts. I think they look much more like the actor. Like I said before, I think this is probably one of the better movie head sculpts that we've seen from Hasbro. And if you're a fan of the movie figures, I think this is one you'll definitely want to add to your collection. Now, this figure, along with the rest of the wave, is hitting shelves now. You can get it at places like Big Bad Toy Store. We'll have a full image gallery for this figure up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I'll have links to those in the video description below. And until next time, I'll catch you later.